Welcome to the Tier List Podcast. My name is Joel Hagman. To my right is Liam Daly. On the screen to the left is Ryan Patterson.
The wrong way.
Right there. All right. All right. Oh, wow.
Where the vibes
Okay.
are always.
All right. There we go.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were going to say it this time. This is just, yeah, good job. Good job.
Why would I skip out?
You know? You pause.
It's my tagline.
It's your
I
tagline.
have to say it every time.
To say it. Well, welcome,
the
guys.
Vibes are always immaculate.
Ryan with the first episode of the soundboard. Guys, maybe 1 to 2 times an episode. Ryan after said episode.
All the time. All our audio listeners are like, what am I listening to right now? So sorry if you're in the car listening to this or whatever
we
you're
need to
doing.
get sirens, dude.
No, that's too
5
annoying.
minutes.
They're gonna turn us off real quick. But episode 13. All right. We were talking before. You know, Liam was like, "Oh, do we even do episode 13?" Unlucky, and like it's one of my favorite numbers. So with that, what's your favorite number? Mine's 13. Anyone? Ryan? Liam? You guys have a favorite number?
I don't know.
12, 23, or 3.
That is very different. And why didn't you say 3 first? You went 12, 23, or 3. A lot of times people go from like lowest highs. You went 12, 23, 3.
I'd say probably right now 3.
3?
Yeah.
Look at
Shout
us,
out John.
twinsies.
Yeah. Hey, mine is 13 with a 3 in it.
Here, wait, ready?
Something about it.
Triple
There's
threes.
3 of us.
Triple threes. Oh no.
Oh, there we go. All right. Sorry, we went out for a
Yeah,
second.
I had to clarify. I didn't want to edit that.
He didn't want to edit that one out. All right. I get it now. I understand.
you
All right,
understand.
I understand
Yeah.
why the numbers. All right. Anyways, here we are. Episode 13.
Oh.
Yeah, it's clicking
It's
in
my
right
social security number.
No, it's not.
Shout out Liam's birthday.
Now you can get spam calls all the time.
You can send me presents.
You can
You're
send in
welcome.
presents on that. That's why. All right. Here we are. We've done a lot of different topics already.
Yeah.
Can I be the one to announce this topic?
You know what, Ryan?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just go for it. And as that happens, we're going to spin the wheel to know what's going to be our first topic. Go for it.
Today on the Tier List Podcast, episode 13, we will be reviewing the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
All right.
Yeah, we're finally doing this one. I know this. This is one of the ones that we wanted to do, like kind of like in the beginning, but I feel like everyone ranks the MCU movies. So I was kind of like, let's kind of wait, before we do it. I know that this one, a lot of people have hot takes or their own opinions.
You know what I'm excited about? The thumbnail for this episode. Putting Ryan in the Rizzler Black Panther body. That is going to be awesome.
I don't want to know what you're going to do for me and yourself.
Oh, dude, this is going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. So
Joel's face is going to be over Stanley.
Yeah. So we're doing all MCU movies from like basically now to when it first came out. So MCU movies only, not all Marvel.
Yes, sir.
So just the ones that are within Kevin Feige and his wonderful mind.
And the Russo brothers.
And Russo brothers are some of the reasons why the Avengers movies are good. Mm-hmm. But there are so many other movies to lead up to the greatness.
Yeah.
Shout out James Gunn, Superman this summer.
Yeah, I can't wait for that one. That one's going to be a good one. But we're not talking about DC. We're talking about Marvel, so stop it.
Yeah.
Sadly.
All right. Are we ready to get for our first one on the list? All right.
Excited. Sir. I'm ready for this.
Well, let's just do a disclaimer real quick. This might be a long episode.
Unfortunately.
Just letting people know it might be long because Ryan has a lot of takes. He's going to talk a lot.
I have a lot of hot takes.
And we're gonna hear him out. He might be a little slow sometimes with his speaking, but it's going to be okay, guys. Just hang on in there.
I like apples and bananas.
All right, the first one on our list.
And that happened.
The first one on our list is Captain America First Avenger. right? It's called First Avenger, right?
That's a good one. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, First Avenger.
That's a good one, but it's not. It doesn't stack up to the other two. That's the thing.
It doesn't stack up to the other two, but on its own, I actually really enjoyed this movie.
I do too.
I don't think it's like a top tier MCU one. It is, but what it helped lay the foundation for the rest of the kind of like Marvel movies of what you're like gearing up for.
I feel like when watching this, I was younger, and it wasn't like Iron Man or like the first Avengers movie where it was like action packed. It was a lot of story and build up. So in my mind, like when I was that little, because I haven't seen it since. I think I saw it 1 or 2 times. I have my rank in my head, but I'll let you guys duke it out a little bit. So I don't know where you guys would go with this.
Oh, we'll wait to hear what Ryan has to say, and then we'll.
I think it's really impressive how they were able to make that in 1945 and keep all the actors young enough.
It's
Crazy.
pretty cool,
but wild.
Like it's cool. Like everything in Marvel takes place in basically like the year it comes out.
Did you see Chris Hemsworth's? Or no, that's wrong. Chris, what's his name?
Evans.
Is it Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Chris Evans' makeover, his body transformation.
Oh, skinny.
Yeah.
Dude, that was crazy.
Yeah. So I'll
I'd
just
go like a C or B.
I would go B.
I'm cool
I think the reason why I go more B is that I like the story building of it. Like if it wasn't, you have to have these first movies that builds out the story and explain why, why they're, why is Captain America, why did he get to all this certain spot? And yeah, there's some moments where you're kind of like, it's boring or it's like doesn't hit as the other movies, but it lays that foundation for the rest of the movies, right? So
And
that's
they
why I
beat
go.
up Nazis.
And beat up the Nazis.
I think that can get flagged.
Oh, can
We
it?
don't support it.
Well, no, of course not. That's
don't
what we're saying.
support it.
Beat him up,
Yeah.
and that's all the
You don't
comics
sound
of.
You don't know
Like
where the
Marvel back
comma's
then.
at. You don't know where the comma's at in that sentence.
You didn't sound enthralled about saying beat up the Nazis, Liam.
I got excited to beat up the Nazis. They're dumb.
I did too. You didn't.
Get them out of here.
I'm trying to get off the Nazi talk.
All right. Anyways, B.
I say B or C, so I'm cool
B.
with whatever.
I go B. Yeah.
Yeah.
B.
B for first one.
B.
All right. This next one we have Thor. Thor Dark World.
This is the one where I was at my uncle's house, put it on after like with his illegal streaming stuff, and I walked away.
Bro just
within 5
incriminated
minutes.
himself.
I didn't do it. I walked away within 5 minutes of this movie and never watched it again. And then I heard how bad it was.
Dude, can this ad get out of the way? I would put this in E tier.
E tier.
I don't think I don't.
E tier.
There's a few.
Oh,
that
he's
are
using the
worse.
wrong
E.
tier list. F. We got rid of E.
We got it. Rid of E.
Oh, you guys got rid of it?
Yeah, we don't do
we
E.
we are the tier list podcast.
A,
S A B C D F.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just SAB. S tier, A list, B podcast.
Well, yeah.
Shout out
But
TikTok comments for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm cool with putting it in F if we don't have E
Yeah.
tier then.
yeah, we can do F for it. I when you rewatch it now, you understand. Like, I mean, the reality stone in it, like it helps play a part into the story of the Infinity Stones. So there's a purpose to it, but
it's not a good one.
it's not a good one.
Here's my argument. If I'm rewatching a movie, it's a movie I actually like.
Yeah,
So I've never rewatched that movie. F tier.
F tier. I rewatched it because
Are you looking for Thor Dark World?
I think it's
Bottom. You're right there. Nope.
no.
Right there.
That's regular Thor. Scroll down. Yeah, right
I
there.
got it. Good job.
All right, and then you can you can spin the next one whenever, so then we know when it's the next one. But yeah, I rewatched it because I rewatched all the MCU movies about 3-4 years ago, after Infinity War came out on Disney Plus, and I rewatched it. It was like, I wouldn't say it wasn't bearable to watch it, but it was. I watched it.
Yeah.
And it had good moments. Like I understand the why they
But
made
in like
it,
the
but it was-
grand scope of everything, would it be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It's not one on like, oh, it's on TV. I need to watch. This
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
So I'm cool with it being F.
F.
In the MCU
Yeah.
scope. All right, Liam.
Hey, blonde boy like me. Thor #1. I have a story about this.
I
Do you-
I
just
think it's fine.
I think it's a decent movie. The one thing that I hated about this movie was the fact that they blonde his eyebrows, and he just looks funny. Like, I understand why they did it, because in the comics, like, he's all blonde, but then they finally fixed it in Dark World where it wasn't blonde eyebrows, but it was terrible.
I think that is a crazy detail to stand out to you.
It was, because it's just like, where's his eyebrows?
Oh,
I can't, like, does he have any?
is he okay? So my story is, this is the first movie I saw in theaters, and my dad took me, and all I remember, I remember the movie, but all that like really stuck out to me is when that metal robot thingy came out. The theater had the volume on like 130%. And as a child, I had to cover my ears because of how loud it was. And I was like mortified. I was like, Dad, I don't know what's going on, bro.
It's
So,
called The Destroyer.
The Destroyer.
Yeah, Destroyer, yeah.
Didn't really destroy, but
I like the movie though,
Destroyed my expectations.
but it's like one of those movies like Dark World where I wouldn't watch
there's
it
no
again.
reason to rewatch it.
It's not as bad as Dark
It's
World.
not
though.
as
That's
bad.
the
I
thing.
would go to
I would do like a low or a high D, low C.
yeah, I would
for
do
this
D
one.
with it.
Yeah.
I think there's so much better MCU movies that I think that I think it deserves to be in D.
D.
This might be the one MCU movie I haven't rewatched besides the Marvels. I think I've rewatched every other movie.
Yeah,
though.
I've rewatched it. I went through all of them again just to
Yeah.
the
I need to
experience
do a
it. It was
marathon.
actually really cool going back through and watching them again, because then when you watch the last Avenger movies, Infinity War and Endgame, it just you just seen them all. So
It's
you're
just so
like,
complete.
Yeah, it's just so
Yeah.
complete. So you just feel like you're just even more just like, I can get into those movies later on. But
Yeah.
anyways.
All right. The next one I have not personally seen, and I've heard a lot of mixed opinions about.
Oh, okay.
Let me guess. It's either Eternals or Black Widow.
Guess.
Black Widow.
No, it's Eternals.
Dang.
Yeah, hey, that was pretty
That
good
was a
though
good
to
spot on
know.
one.
All right, Ryan, I'll let you go first with Eternals, and then I'll go after you, since it's gonna be me and you ranking it.
So I've seen this one. No, I haven't rewatched this one either. Actually, I've only seen this one once as well. Misspoke on our last ranking, but the first half is so boring. Like I did not like it at all, and then the second half got a little bit better, but it wasn't great still. The visuals in it were really good.
Yeah,
I feel like it would have been better as one of the Disney Plus shows, because you have like all these different characters coming together for the first time on screen that no one knows
and they
about.
could have done each character an episode
Yeah.
leading
and then,
up to
in
like
the
coming
last
together.
episode,
Yeah.
they like team up or whatever.
That would've been cool.
And then with the ending of it, nothing's come from it, and it's
Yeah.
been 4 years since it came out. Will be changing in the next MCU movie though.
Yeah,
Just saying,
finally. Yeah,
but I would rank this. I'd put this D tier. It
Yeah.
wasn't the worst, but it wasn't anything special, and I hope there's not a second one.
yeah. Well, there was talks about the second one, and then they're like, nah, not doing the second one. That was my thing about it. It brought this so much hype of like, all right, this is next level MCU, right? It was after Infinity War. You're like, all right, they're going cosmic again. Guardians of the Galaxy was a cosmic type movie, and it hit so well because of James Gunn. And then you get the director, I forget her name, but she won the Oscar.
Zoe Chow.
Yeah.
Zoe, something
And
like
visually,
that.
when you watch the trailer and the movie, beautiful. Like, there's some scenes where you're just like, wow, that's like really cool. A lot of it they try to do on not CGI, but like on scene, on site type thing, and it was really good. But then, like you said, boring. A lot of unnecessary things inside of it, like a random, like, why are they making out and getting hot and heavy in this? Like,
it's called practical effects, by the way.
About that.
yeah, and it was just like, why? Like they could have just done kissing and then that's it. No, they went even further, and I was like, this is an MCU movie. Like, kids are watching this. Like, like I don't want my
That stuff's
kids to
reserved for Deadpool.
But it's like, why are we adding this in here? Like, what's like? And then they added other stuff. I was like disappointed, and so that's why I would go D with it. It was disappointing, and like you said, Ryan, like it got you excited for what the future is with like the whole Galactus Eternals, like people, and not where are they, celestial beings,
Yeah,
and it got you super excited about it. Like, all right, I can't wait for these next movies to like tie in, and nothing, and you're just like, what's going on? So D.
D. I heard someone argue Eternals B tier just because of the cinematography, and it just wasn't a bad movie.
the cinematography was the best part.
That's yeah.
But I
when you
mean,
watch
if you're
it,
sitting
like,
through a boring movie, the cinematography like doesn't matter. It's like if Interstellar was boring. Like Interstellar looks amazing, but if it was boring, it's like, meh. Yeah. IMAX at Interstellar, dude.
S tier.
S tier.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, what's the next
So
movie?
Eternals, you can
We're
move
going
to
from one bad movie to the next, brother.
Eternals can go to D tier.
What do you
Yeah,
think we're
there we
going to?
Black Widow.
Nope.
No,
Another
Thor,
bad
Love
one.
and Thunder.
Nope.
No.
Another bad one.
Captain
Spider-Man. Far
Captain
From
Marvel.
Home.
Captain
Whoa,
Marvel. Okay,
whoa.
before we get to your hot takes, Captain Marvel.
F tier.
F tier. I don't think it even
let's
deserves
just not even talk about
to
it.
talk
F tier.
about it. Yeah.
Well, okay, no,
No.
no,
No.
just
You're already
hear me out.
outvoted.
No,
You're
just,
outvoted.
Just hear me out real quick. I would go D tier just for the nostalgic of like Best Buy and all that, because it's a better movie than its
What? What do you
Sequel.
mean nostalgia of Best Buy?
or not Best Buy, Blockbuster.
Oh.
Are you
It was a '90s movie, so
Joel? You're an old man.
Yeah.
Let it go, brother.
No.
The movie's bad.
the movie is bad, but not as bad as
Horrible.
its sequel.
You
I
could say
like
for
The
like
sequel
sequel,
more.
it's no.
It was better.
I've never seen
Nah.
the sequel.
It was
My
better.
take is a D tier. You guys can put
I
it.
say
I
F.
know you guys are gonna put it in
F tier.
F, but D tier for Captain Marvel, I think is better than being with Thor: Dark World. That's just me.
I put those
would
on
put
the
it at
same
D.
level. Those are very close together for
F.
me.
Yeah.
All right. Ooh. All right.
This is Ryan's hot take, and I know it.
All right.
I've heard Ryan.
It is the very
is it?
last Avengers movie,
Oh, Endgame.
Endgame.
All right. Wait.
Endgame.
Before we go, Ryan, I want you to destroy the people. Go.
Dude, it outside of the last hour, the movie's kind of boring. Like in theaters, it was super hyped to go see, and it was like the coolest thing ever. And then on rewatch, you go through and you watch it, and you're like, oh, I'd rather just skip to the end and watch that. I don't care about them time traveling. I will give it this. That scene or the group of scenes with Tony and his dad going through the base when they go back in time, peak. That is like perfect in the movie. But everything else about it is kind of boring. And they do the weird, cringy Hulk dab, and they just like make a bunch of like pop culture references because it's going to get a laugh out of everyone. And I think Endgame is by far the most overhyped MCU movie. I would personally put it at C tier.
Oh God.
I don't think.
Do you
it's
want to
not
go
all
or do you
there.
want me to go?
You can go.
You want me to go?
It's the last hour that makes
All
it
right.
so great.
No, hear me out. Okay. Endgame is a generational movie.
Yes.
First off, this movie was a buildup of
Infinity War's
years.
better, and every
You can argue that,
shape,
and you can
form.
just be wrong. That's fine. Endgame, dude. You can say the rest of the movie's boring. Whatever. Theater experience, peak, bro, peak. And that last
you can't
hour,
only base it off of theater experience. You have to
Yes,
include
you can.
rewatchability.
I
with it.
rewatched it and I loved it still. Theater is always just going to be better. That's just a fact.
Yeah.
So I think Endgame, like, dude, you could say the first 2 hours is boring, with the last hour being peak, but there's so much sprinkled in the first 2 hours that has filled in the gaps of Infinity War, bringing you to this the climax of it, and it's just so good. And all, dude, when it all hits, it all just explodes, and it's just perfect, and I love it. And for a while, like, I was like, I don't know, like, do I want to give it this high? And then I watched it again. It was just, dude, cinema. I know some people will disagree. I know his name. His name is Ethan. He will disagree. I think it is an S tier.
Yeah, I love Endgame. It just completes every moment from 2009 all the way when it released. I think it was 2019.
Yeah,
when it came out.
2008 to 19.
2008 was Hulk, right? And then Iron Man was 09.
No, Iron Man and Hulk came out, I think, both in 08.
In 08, okay, yeah, 08 to 2019.
Oh, we're ranking that original Hulk too?
Yeah, that's part of the MCU.
Dang. Oh, really?
Yeah, because at the end, we can get to that later.
Okay, yeah.
But Endgame just completed like my whole like childhood, basically, of just going through watching every single movie, watching
Dude, you
it
were like
Thursday
30 when that came out.
I was, it's just everything about it. I just was smiling every single moment through Endgame. Like Endgame is just everything to me because it completes the whole story for it. Then it gives us not just like the small details, but like them going to Thanos, cutting off his head, Thor, right? But then it goes 5 years later, right? And then it's just like the heartbreak of like Black Widow, Captain America, all of them just struggling of just like knowing that they lost. I love Infinity War. Don't get me wrong.
That's a big problem with me too.
Don't get me wrong. Infinity War is like, I agree. Infinity War is a better movie than Endgame, but Endgame completes the whole story to me. And because of that, I like there's just something about it. I'm just smiling the whole time.
And
just
I will
excited.
say in the theater, okay, I know you had to have felt this when you were sitting there and all the little things were getting completed. Like you were just on the edge of your seat waiting to see because you knew something was coming.
Yeah.
And it's that waiting, and it's just like, dude, there's something here. Like what's happening? What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And as soon, dude, when it happened, just bliss.
And I'm okay with knowing that the last hour is the best because it's the greatest. Like Captain America being able to wield the hammer, then like they're losing, and then Captain Marvel coming in and destroying the ship.
All right, wait. I know the scene that you're talking about, or the scene.
Yeah.
But like the bad
girl
scene.
power scene.
Oh, the girl power
one,
scene.
That
yeah.
one, like
that was the worst.
That was like
that was so
they put
forced.
that was. I'm like, all right, whatever. But then
Like,
once you get past that,
if they made it feel natural, like I wouldn't have.
Oh, yeah,
any
that
problem
would've been sick.
with it.
Yeah,
But it was like it felt like they just did that in like a reshoot or something, and they're like, let's include this.
well, that was the beginning of everything needing to force it down us.
I think one thing Endgame missed out on a lot that they should have capitalized on was actually showing the Avengers throughout the blip instead of just cutting to 5 years and being like, oh, we're all depressed because we lost. Like, I think that is the biggest missed opportunity. And you could cut out a lot of stuff. You also have the Ronin Hawkeye that you could have shown a lot with.
Well, that's what I was hoping in the Hawkeye TV series they're going to show more, but they didn't. But that's a whole another thing. So, okay, Endgame.
I've never seen it.
Endgame, because of the ending, Doctor Strange like pointing up one finger like the only way.
Yep.
Like Iron Man's like, is this the way? And he's like, and then Iron Man understanding what he needed to do, and then the funeral scene, like it just.
I have a question, guys. Can I just agree it goes in S if I get that one free pass of my own choosing again?
No,
You're already outvoted.
because we both believe it should be an S.
And you know what? The tier list is on this side of the screen. You have no say, buddy.
Actually, you have to average it out. So that would actually be an A tier then.
Gavin, what do you say?
Because we averaged out a lot on the last episode we did.
Well, sometimes you're just wrong.
But then sometimes we
Sometimes you
didn't.
guys-
You guys were like, no, we believe this is this way. So I'm
So
going
I get
S
a
tier.
free pass.
No.
So I get
Yeah,
a free
you can have
pass.
this free pass. Ant-Man and Wasp.
There we go. Where do you want it? Wherever you want it.
Wherever, dude, your heart can go wherever, man.
To make your guys' list perfect, I might put it at S tier for you
No.
guys. Above
Terrible.
Endgame. I get the free pass. Liam already said I get the free pass. I want it above
You're gonna
Endgame.
ruin.
I want it above Endgame.
No,
If
you
this is
don't.
my free pass,
You don't get a
yes, I
free
do.
pass. This is not a free pass.
Liam already said it. We have it on recording.
No.
So do
I
you want to
didn't-
take?
I
back that
didn't
free
know you
pass
were
and
gonna
I
be
can use
like
it
this,
for a
bro.
real movie, or what? What? How are we playing this?
You,
I will ruin this whole tier list.
okay, so he's either gonna do the last Spider. What is it? No, not No Way Home. Far From Home.
The one I would use it on is not on any Spider-Man movie.
No.
It's not what you guys would think.
It's Captain America: Civil War.
How about
Guardians
this?
of the Galaxy.
How about this?
Nope.
Hey, hear me out.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I'll go A tier with Endgame.
What?
I'm fine with that. I'm
no,
fine with
no.
that.
Listen,
I'll take that and not take the free pass.
I want you to not be a butt the rest of this episode and actually enjoy this. And we're not fighting because of
I will
us putting
throw
S.
fists.
I am a high A, low S with Endgame.
Low S.
Just
I stand my ground like a man. S tier for Endgame, and I will
I think
not
there's like
budge.
4 movies on here better than End.
I
better
have.
than
I
you
would
put
go.
above Endgame on
I
this
would go
list.
A tier. So how about
I'm
this?
cool with that. I'm cool with that. Ant-Man and the Wasp is D tier.
Let's just go to A tier. Just
I stayed up for this garbage.
all right, guys. All
Dude,
right,
it's 11 o'clock for me. Chill out. bro.
all right.
I gotta
Fucking
wake up
wolf.
early.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
I'd go like D tier.
F tier.
Okay,
I'd go
No.
D.
It's not
the
F.
story is it's just so.
it's yeah,
it's just
but
the fun
Oh
heist.
no!
But there's
This
moments-
isn't Quantumania, right?
no. This is the second one.
Oh.
This is with Ghost.
Yeah, D tier.
I like D tier, but the reason why I go D tier is and not okay. The reason why I go D tier and not C tier, it's just like moments where you're like, what's happening? But then I love the story by his friend when they like he tries to explain.
Oh, yeah.
Luis.
I got
Yeah,
at
Luis.
least I got a van.
Yeah, that's what makes Ant-Man and the Wasp like the.
we
the
need,
one
we need
30
Luis to
second.
do a recap of the full MCU.
That's what I was hoping that they were gonna do. So
like just like a 30-minute like Disney Plus special.
that's what they need to do because that's what they did with
yeah, man.
that's what they did with Olaf. They did like a shorts of Olaf
Yeah.
explaining other Disney movies.
Mhm.
That's what they need to do with Luis, but I feel like they missed on that one. So
Yeah.
Ant-Man and
Me
the
too.
Wasp, we're gonna go with D tier.
D tier. How did Ant-Man was a trilogy, right? Top left.
Yeah, there's 3.
Yeah.
How did it become a trilogy?
Because it
The first,
it did a
the
lot.
First
It,
2 were like fun heist movies.
yeah, they did good, like box office wise. That's like
I guess
they
I
really
saw it
did-
in the box office.
really good.
Yeah, they did good in the box office.
Like I
I
think
could s-
Ant-Man and the Wasp is one of the highest grossing Marvel movies.
You guys want to hear a fun fact about me? I can
Let's hear
tell
it.
you guys probably about the box office, like things of all these movies, like how much they made.
How much did Deadpool and Wolverine make?
Oh, that one was like 1.2, maybe almost 1.3 billion. Boxofficemojo.com. Yeah,
Ryan's like happy right
something that a lot of people don't know is I actually like looking at the box office. Every Monday I look up Box Office Mojo and see like how movies did, and then I don't know. It's just a little thing
now.
where I
Joe
just
likes
kinda-
numbers.
no, it's just cool to see like how movies do, and then you're like, oh, that movie didn't do so well, and then like even like movies back in like the 90s or 2000s of like, oh, how well did they actually do in the theaters? You know,
I could see like every once in a while where you're like, oh, I wonder how that movie did.
Like-
Like every Monday, like 5:15 in the morning, sitting on the toilet.
No.
Now this is where I want to check my movies.
no, it's
I
from
get
when-
my box office notifications from Twitter.
yeah.
so-
See, yeah, like for me, like, do you know how much Napoleon Dynamite made? You know,
No.
it cost $550,000 to make this movie. That movie made $50 million in the box office. It's one of the
like 8
profit movies like of
High
all time.
profitable.
Yeah.
Profitable movies because of like how much money they spent to how much they made. That's why like you see Napoleon Dynamite, everything. That guy made a lot of money. Yeah.
What's the next movie?
Sorry.
Wakanda Forever.
Wakanda Forever.
I know Ryan loves this movie.
All right,
This
Ryan.
is what I wanted to use my free pass on. This
All right.
is probably my either second or third favorite MCU movie. I love this movie.
Yeah.
Like it like I don't know, it the story, like, because you have to write, first of all, not just write, you had to rewrite an entire movie because your lead actor passed away.
Yeah.
And to do that and have
R.I.P.
it come out as good and high quality as it was, and like it was actually an interesting story, and you had all these different characters like actually coming together instead of being like these actual like rival clans, or I don't know what they're called, rival groups,
Yeah.
in the first one. And like the ending of it, oh my gosh, with the song too, it was like Rihanna that made it or whatever. Oh my gosh, that was peak. That movie was so good. That's one of my favorite comic book movies ever. I would put that in S tier, but I know you guys are probably gonna go like B or something like that.
I would go B A. I love everything about Wakanda Forever except for Shiri. I did not.
You didn't like her?
I didn't like her. Like it was just the whole like the revenge factor of her, like that I just didn't.
Part of her character development,
I
though.
I understand, but like it just felt like it was just so. It was just all about revenge. I get it, but to me that part only just didn't hit. I loved everything else. I love Namor. Namor's character, like one of my
Namor was
so good. Like the guy that played him, one of the best. Like top tier. Like the anti-hero type vibes.
Yeah.
Like super good. I love the story with her mom, like and the queen passing away.
Such a good performance.
Yeah, such a great performance. Everything else, I just didn't care for. Or even the ending, like finding out like he had a son, like which you kind of like knew was gonna happen. But I would go BA. That's where I'm at.
See, one thing about the revenge thing, like I wasn't the biggest fan while watching it, but then when she went into the realm thing, I don't know what it's called. And then it was
The
Michael
nightmare.
B. Jordan sitting there. And like that's kind of like what wraps like that whole arc together, is because what she realizes, she's actually like with her mindset, she's becoming a villain and has to like change what she's thinking and how she wants to go about this, you know?
Yeah, but she
Which
didn't.
also is like the best cameo in the entire
Yeah.
like that was the biggest twist ever.
I remember watching. I was like, "Oh, that was dope."
Yeah.
But then
Like
I was expecting her to like be like, "No, like I'm not going to take revenge," but then she still went with the vengeful heart. I don't know, Liam.
I had a great time watching the movie with my mom.
I saw it. Liam watched it with Max too.
Yep.
I was there.
Yep.
So where would you put it?
Liam hates this movie.
You hate this? Well, you would put it like D?
I put it C.
C?
I don't like this movie.
You got to rewatch it.
I'm like a B A. Like
I've never been torn to rewatch this movie.
I think I would go more B. I think I'll go more B. Just
I'm fine with it B. If we're gonna average it out, it has to
I
go
gotta
A.
go. I think I'll go more B. That's me.
B.
Yeah, that's I love. It's just the Shuri, like she was just like that was just me, just like.
Well, now I know how to get things my way. So.
All right, our next one on the list. This is the first MCU movie, Hulk.
Is this the one where
Oh,
he's
Iron
in
Man's
like Brazil?
Iron Man's still first. I thought.
It came out a month before.
That's right. May, and then Hulk came out in June. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I remember I went to see Hulk for Father's Day with my dad.
Ooh.
That's
Wow.
cool.
So is this the one where he was in Brazil and then
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I would put it in honestly B or C.
I would go to C or D.
I know you guys would.
I think I would do C. I think it's
C?
I think
C.
when you watch this movie though, before like knowing what the rest of the movies are going to be, it's a fun movie. It's Hulk.
Yeah.
It's Hulk destroying stuff, and it's better than the first Hulk movie that came out in like 2003,
Oh yeah.
Oh, the Ang Lee
4. Yeah,
Hulk
that one
movie.
was. I have never seen it again.
Is it the
And-
one where it's like they're like the green, like they just painted someone green?
No,
We thinking-
that's a TV show.
Yeah, that's a TV show.
But I would go see with this one. It was a lot of fun. I love the when the guy, the Abomination guy, when he's running towards Hulk at the school, and then Hulk just hits him, and his body just flings and hits the tree, and you're like, oh, it was such a like an climatic like moment where you're like, oh, he's gonna like do something. He's got some serum in him, and then nothing. He just body broken, and then later on it works and stuff. But I go see with it. It was good. It's a fun movie to watch.
So for me, I honestly, I watched it when I was younger, and it's always stuck with me for some weird reason, and I've always remembered it more than I probably should. And then I rewatched it. I was just sitting on my couch, and I'm like, I'm gonna watch a movie, and I saw that. I was like, oh, like I remember this movie. So I watched it, and I was like, oh, I do remember this movie. And it was like that kind of nostalgic, kind of like they've never made a Hulk movie before kind of vibe, or like one that I've seen, or like a more modern one. So for me, I'd go C, B. I know you want C. Ryan, what is your take?
I would lean more toward. I have it on like the same tier as the first Thor. Like at the time, it was cool, but like now it's just kind of.
Have you rewatched it recently?
2 years ago.
It
was whatever. It was the week I got my wisdom teeth that I rewatched it.
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with it.
And
C.
like the final battle was cool, and the school part was cool. But other than that, it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
But,
Let's go see.
like it's Hulk, so it's cool, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm fine with C. I don't care that much about it.
All right. Our next one on the list. Far From Home.
My favorite superhero.
I think Far From Home was stupid.
Oh yeah, that's the one with
It's all the
The
Spider-Man.
vacation one.
the vacation one.
Yeah.
No.
I thought that was
No,
what?
there's No Way Home.
Far From Home's the vacation. No Way Home's the one with the three of them. And then Homecoming's the first one.
Homecoming.
Homecoming's the first one with Vulture. The
Far
second
From
one
Home
with Far
is
From
the
Home.
yeah.
Far From Home is the second
Yeah,
one.
That what's his
okay.
the Jake Gyllenhaal? What's his character's name?
Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Oh, Mysterio.
Yeah, I did not like this one.
Mysterio was really cool. Like he was the best part, but like it's like when I found out it was going to be a summer vacation movie, I wanted to see them like doing summer vacation things with a little bit of Spider-Man in there.
Yeah.
But then it just turns out to be like I said, Mysterio by far the best part of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like even then, like I don't know, he wasn't the most likable in the movie. I feel like I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I like him, but like there's still like that little thing I can't like I don't know how to word it.
Yeah, it's just the dislike for it. The character wasn't great. Like I didn't like the whole end. The ending was so anticlimactic. It's like you knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
I will say the best part of this entire movie was the Spidey sense scenes.
Mm-hmm. Where
like
it's the black.
when the illusions are coming on, and then Tom Holland has to use his Spidey sense to like dodge all the drones and stuff. That part was super cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
I also like the part where it's the illusion like moment where like he's like facing like a bunch of Mysterios, and it's it goes into like like
'Cause the dark
zombies and
Yeah.
type feeling and stuff.
Yeah.
I really like. I thought that visual stuff was cool. Everything else, I feel like I love Mysterio and everything else, but I feel like in this, I understand why they did it this way with the plot of MCU, but it didn't feel like the Mysterio in the video games or the comic books, where it's more like mystical.
I wish they built more on Mysterio. That's such a cool character and concept.
Yeah.
And they nerfed him. That's what I feel like. They've just bottled him up.
like this is where the flaw of the MCU is, where they like don't do reoccurring villains.
Yeah.
Like it would have been so cool to have him in like No Way Home, or have him for like the next Tom Holland trilogy.
Yeah.
But then they like killed him off or whatever, and we're never gonna see him again, which sucks. But
Yeah. So I would go C.
See,
See,
I would go D, to be honest.
I would go D.
Because I feel like it's Ryan's argument with Endgame. Like the first hour and a half is so boring, and there's barely anything at the end to grab onto.
I just
Yeah.
I like the visuals. The moment, also the scene where they're at the bar,
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up.
and then he gives the glasses to him,
Mhm.
and then it's like it changes. Like
What's the
show
Asian guy's name in the movie?
his
The
friend.
one, no, the one that was a kid that like grew up and was hitting on Zendaya the whole movie.
Oh, because of the blip.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
that character was stupid.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was funny.
no.
No,
Oh
I thought
yeah,
that was
yeah, I know the character you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chad or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I'm fine
I
with whatever. D. Okay,
Tier.
D.
Dope.
I would go C. That's just me personally.
That was the.
All right, our next
Is that
one.
the right one?
Yeah.
Oh.
The next one is the first Ant-Man.
That one was really good.
I don't
I
really
liked
remember it.
I really enjoyed it. Ant-Man and I'm sure we'll talk about it, but Doctor Strange, the first one, are very similar to me of like building the story of this character, and I thought they did a great job for it, and I actually enjoyed this movie. This is a movie that I don't mind watching again. Not like every year, not every other year, but like once every 3 to 4 years, I'll watch this and actually enjoy watching it. I would go more like the BC on this ranking for Ant-Man. I thought that Paul Rudd did a great job with Ant-Man and like the vibe of Ant-Man and how ridiculous the character Ant-Man is, but they did a great job with it. That's what I thought.
The guy from Fresh Off the Boat was pretty cool as the cop.
Yeah.
What?
The Asian guy who came in when he was on house arrest.
Yeah.
I forget his name.
Randall Park.
Yeah.
The cop.
See, so this, I was like you, Joel, where it's like, I like this, but like I wouldn't watch it that often. And then I rewatched it like a year or two ago. And like, I love this movie.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Like it's kind of like if you had like Ocean's 11, but in the MCU,
Yeah.
it's just a big heist movie. And it's so nice, so refreshing. It's like a palate cleanser, you know? And I would argue this movie is B tier.
I'm fine with B.
Possibly even a low A. I'd lean more towards B,
Yeah.
but like I can see the argument for the A tier there. Like it's genuinely a funny movie, unlike what most of them have turned out to be. Like this movie and the Guardians ones are like the only actual like funny movies in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I respect that because I think there needs to be a lot of seriousness when you do this type of stuff. But then you also need those movies where you can just have a good laugh. And Paul Rudd sells that.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly.
Is this the movie where they go, "Oh, Spider-Man," whatever?
No, that's the third one.
Is it the third one?
Yeah.
Dang it. Thought I had something.
No, that's the third one. That's the beginning of the third one. Yeah, so I'm fine with B. I'm good with Ant-Man to be B. I enjoyed it. You good with that?
I don't remember it much to rank it, so that's up to you guys.
So Ant-Man, number 1, B. I like that.
Dope.
So our next one on the list is we got Shang-Chi
Honestly,
and the 10 Rings.
I kind of like this movie.
This one was good.
I love this movie.
I vibe with it.
Love this. I've seen this movie. This is one of the newer ones of whatever Phase 4, I think it is.
It came out in like 21, I think.
This is the one I've seen the most, like most times out of all the Phase 4 movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's because I love it. I enjoy it. It's a good time, like, and it's like how I feel about Ant-Man with what Ryan's saying. It's like a refreshing, like, new thing, and I'm so upset that they haven't
done anything with it
afterwards. Or there's no sequel, there's no mention, and it actually makes me mad. That's why I kept, like, the falling of MCU was after this movie when they haven't done anything, and people are like, why are you so dumb? And so, but it's because this movie was such a good thing. They didn't realize how impactful it was going to be on people, and people are furious that there's nothing for it. So I would go BA with this movie.
That's what I was thinking too. I didn't get a theater experience with it, but when I did watch it at home, it was very captivating, and I liked it. It was like a fun story. It was more of like it felt like a Doctor Strange, but like less like, not like kind of strict. You know, Doctor Strange is very serious and there's some jokes, but Shang-Chi could like expand on it, and it was
Yeah.
fun. And then the climax of it was really, really cool. And the last dragon scene, that was pretty sick. So I really enjoyed the movie. I'd go BA as well. Probably more hype.
Here's my things or my problems with it. I really liked the movie overall. Aquafina, I hate with a passion. She's like the most annoying actor in Hollywood. And then, I'm sorry, Liam, the dragon scene I thought was also stupid. I would have rather had like a full on like martial arts off between Shang-Chi and his dad.
Which he still got.
Yeah.
But like, why did you have to include the dragon in it? You could have just had this epic martial arts fight.
I think it's just because it's that mythical, like, factor of.
I think it's
Shang-Chi.
with this point when this movie came out with the MCU that all the third act villains were pretty much just like CGI monsters or people or whatever.
Which I
and
don't
it's
like.
just like it's just so annoying now, and it's like nothing makes me like when I think of this movie, I don't usually think of the ending of it because I just like it's just a big dragon. Like I don't care in a martial arts movie.
My ears, bro.
Hey, you've been hitting your arm too, so I don't care.
Hey, I've been kicking my chair. That's what it is.
But yeah, I would throw this in a B tier.
B?
I think Aquafina really drags it down. From like the dragon thing's not too big for me.
Totally forgot about
I think
Aquafina.
Aquafina drags it down.
To be honest, like
She's just as bad as the water.
Everything else drowns out because I think everything else is great about it.
Yeah.
I love his sister too. His sister's character,
Yeah, she was
like
cool.
her arc and stuff too. That was I really enjoyed that one. So we can put it in B.
I compare this a lot to like Ant-Man. Like
Yeah.
I put those on the same level, like close to each other. So
Yeah.
I feel like B's perfect for it.
All right, to
next
complete
one.
the series.
No,
Oh wait, I forgot. There's a fourth one.
because I've never seen the fourth one. So
Oh, okay. The third one is Thor Ragnarok.
Rock.
I love this movie.
Ragnarok was really good.
This is one of the other ones I've seen multiple times because just all around it's a funny, complete action-filled movie where I feel like this movie did a wonderful job of comedy and action and seriousness.
Yeah.
And it like molded so well together. The fourth one, not so much. This
Taika
one,
Waititi, when he has like someone supervising him,
yeah.
peak director, peak writer,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
give him the money. You let him loose, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just,
So
This movie set off the Marvel Cinematic Universe in a bad direction.
it was more so the Guardians.
it was,
but
yeah.
The
Yeah.
Guardians?
yeah.
Yeah. But I would put Thor Ragnarok at AS. Like I
would go A tier.
I'd go.
I love this
A.
movie. Like this along with Infinity
This-
War and Endgame, I can watch all the time.
I think Ragnarok is one of the highest rewatchabilities
Yes,
out
it
of
is.
all of these.
Like I don't mind putting this one at S just because of all around. You can watch this movie any day and you're just having a great time.
Yeah,
I'm cool with
I would put this at-
A. I could argue S, but I would go.
You'll go A or Ryan? Where are you at? S.
I'm at A.
He's at A.
I'm at S. I'm fine
See,
with this
for me,
movie. S.
I really like this movie though, but I don't know. Because having Endgame in A, I don't want to put Ragnarok in S, but at the same time, there's not that many S tier movies left.
Here's my argument with it. Like, I'm only gonna argue a movie to be S if I like think it fully deserves it. If I'm on the fence of it, I'm just gonna go with an
Then
A
I'll go
tier.
A with.
Yeah.
But it's such a good movie.
I'm more on the S. I love this movie all around from beginning to end. I'm enjoying it.
If you want to move it to S, Liam, like I wouldn't be mad.
Flip a
Like,
coin.
Oh god.
It's
Tails.
heads.
Okay, we're going A
didn't-
tier. Wait, I didn't call it.
Okay,
I
A
called
tier.
Tails. Heads was A tier.
All right.
That made it feel justified.
Ryan, this next one can be really quick, and it's automatically going at F tier.
and
Which
it's
one do you think
defined
it is?
by one scene.
Black Widow? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and thank you, Gavin. That's all we need to do.
Do you have
it's
any-
an F tier.
Do you have any takes on this one?
the family aspect was kind of cool. Yelena was really good in it. Red Guardian was really good.
Those two were the
Outside of that, it
Bad
wasn't.
movie.
yeah.
It
She
came
can
out 4 years
smell.
too late.
Yeah.
She just breaks her nose. Don't smell the toots. You'll die.
You die. Yeah.
Like, I could make an argument for D, but like I don't care enough for this movie to
Nah,
actually
F.
try to find
Let's
that
just go
argument.
F.
Yeah.
F and leave it.
Yeah. It was. Yeah. I agree. Red Guardian and Yelena, best parts, and afterwards, like Yelena and
It makes me
Hawkeye.
excited for the Thunderbolts, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm
both of them
super
are
excited
back.
about that in May. That's gonna be super good. But
Yeah.
all right.
I can't wait. That's my highlight of May.
Yeah. Nothing else going on in May.
Yeah, dude. I got a
Well, you have
I
to
got a
live in
knuckle
Iowa.
bump.
You're gonna be gone in
Yeah.
a honeymoon. I'm pretty sure.
Am I actually?
I don't know.
Maui's
I
got
think
some.
you are.
Maui's got some theaters, buddy.
They do.
Nail
They
that.
do. All right, this next one. Our first one of this series, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Ryan, you go
This
first.
is one of my all-time favorite
Yep.
movies.
Really?
Swear on
Do it.
everything. I have a list on Letterboxd. It is number 5 on my
Oh.
favorite movies of all time. This is the best MCU movie. It is so good. It wrapped up my childhood as a whole. Like, because when the first one came out, I was 10 years old. I wasn't even 11 yet. My birthday was a few months away. I went there, watched it in theaters with my dad. I think we went the day after his birthday, but like we got the tickets for his birthday. And I was immediately in love with it. I saw the trailers and I was like, I really want to see this. Watched it. And that was my favorite MCU movie up until this one came out. I love this so much. What they did with Rocket
Yeah.
was perfect. The backstory was amazing.
Yeah.
And like it was genuinely a funny movie. It did have the first F-bomb, and I did not really I thought they could have used it in a lot better way,
Mhm.
but it was still like you weren't expecting it and it was still funny. But like this movie had the perfect blend of comedy to seriousness for what it needed, where it was like 60% serious to like 40% comedy or whatever. And like there's a lot of movies that I'll rewatch, like a lot, like just some of my favorites, but like my top ones, I don't watch them that often. Usually, sometimes I'll go on a binge of one of them. This movie I've only seen 3 times, and I just rewatched it again for the first time since it was in theaters over Christmas break, so like about a month ago now. And that movie's so good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, this is a very hot take. In my opinion, this movie has the best soundtrack. The first time I saw it, I did not agree with that at all. I thought it was the worst. But then I was listening to it on Spotify, and the more I listened to it, I'm like, this soundtrack is really good because it blends a lot more like different like decades of music and different genres together, where like the first 2 had like very similar vibes mostly. But yeah, I could talk about this movie all day if I wanted to.
I have one
but
question. Is this the
What's up?
movie where Drax punches the aliens on the other like Earth planet? Where like they land the ship and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking the right one.
Yeah.
Do you want to go first, or do
Yeah, you can go.
You can go.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Ryan. What they did with Rocket is just it you cry. Like
Yeah.
you're teary eye over a raccoon, but it just because it does something to you where you can relate to it, and it completes the story, and you're just like, wow, like just the like, and then even that moment where he was going to die, and then she's like, it's not your time yet, and she pushes him back and stuff that just pulls on you, like knowing that his friends still needs him. And it really does. Like, I love this movie too. And just even like Peter's like the series is about Rocket. Like, no, everyone thought
really
it was about Peter and all that, but in reality, it was Rocket's story for all 3 movies. It was Rocket's story, and James Gunn has said that it's his story, and you didn't realize it in the first one. Second one, you start to kind of like feel this vibe, and then even in like Endgame, with Rocket, through that you can see that he has been the main guy for that, and he was the heart of the team, and you didn't realize it, but he was. So I love this movie. I still think the first one is a better soundtrack. But I do think that this one had better moments with the soundtrack, like especially with the end part with their dancing. Oh, what's the song?
Oh,
What's her name?
the Dog Days one.
Yeah, Dog Days. Like such a great moment, and completes Drax's story too. So I would put this at like A, S for me, but like I'm okay with it being at A, and I don't mind it being an S. So I love this movie.
Yeah, so I hate this movie. I would go F. I think it's just awful. No, I'm joking. I love this movie. I didn't get a theater experience, so it kind of lowered it for me because I wasn't really able to like focus that much. I was like I just remember I was laying in my bed and I was watching it and I was like, this is cool. And then I was like, dude, I just want to watch this in theaters.
Yeah.
And I wasn't really in a movie mood, but Ryan was like, dude, you have to watch this movie. I'm like, okay.
No. Okay. This is the backstory of that. Liam, it came out on like Disney Plus, and he sent me a screenshot of it. And he's like, is this good? Like, should I watch it? And I was like, dude, this movie is so freaking good.
Yeah.
Like, you have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I might give it a shot. And then like 3 hours later, I get a text and he's like, dude, that was amazing.
I love this movie. It's really I would go S tier. That's where I'm gonna say. But I wish I had a theater experience, dude. I really wish like I could get that because it was really good. But when I like just get distracted easily, like just watching the movie, that's just the part that sucked.
Yeah. All right, let's put an S. We're already at 56 minutes.
Yeah, and we still have what
Halfway
15
through.
to rank.
Yeah.
16.
So
I was right. This might be a two-parter.
yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy 3,
Mm-hmm.
right there. All right.
First S tier.
Yeah. All right.
That fills me with joy.
Oh man.
I can see Thor Ragnarok moving up to S though. I love that one. I want to, but
Cope.
I know.
All right,
Cope.
All right. Our third movie of Spider-Man, No Way Home.
All right. Ryan, shut up. Okay.
Ryan doesn't like this movie.
No Way Home.
I think it's cool.
I cried in. I was so overjoyed. My sister and I remember watching it in Oregon, small town Oregon. We were just over the moon. We're like, dude, they're all here. Oh my gosh. And it was just amazing watching it in theaters. And
video. We got to put a spoiler tag on this.
Oh
video.
yeah, my bad. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Dude, just seeing all three of them all coming. Like, I get you don't like the movie. I wish there was Sinister Six at the end. Like, the legit, like, boom. But it wasn't. Wait, was it? Wait.
It was the Sinister Five.
Sinister Five, yeah, pretty much. So, I love this movie. Honestly, I can't go. I want to go S, but I can't, so it has to be A for me.
I'll be real quick with this. It completed my childhood. Spider-Man. Oh, our camera froze. That was
Our clap was so powerful.
so powerful.
It broke the multiverse.
It broke the multiverse.
Where's Andrew?
I get that there's moments of like, in the movie, especially kind of like in the beginning, but this movie completed my childhood. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man is my favorite superhero. Tobey Maguire, like I was like on the edge of my like seats every single one of those movies, 1, 2, and 3. Like I love those movies. I would rewatch those all the time. And then Amazing Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire was the best Peter Parker. Mm-hmm. Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man.
Great take.
Right? That's terrible Peter Parker though. Where Tom Holland, he's balanced at both of them. He's the perfect age and look like for Spider-Man.
Well, he's like almost 30 years old.
He is,
He
but
looks like a child,
he
though.
looks like a child.
Andrew Garfield with his
Civil War, he was the
what is it
perfect
called? What is the motion called? What is it? His animated. He's very animated. And that's what made him so good.
Yeah, so it completed my childhood watching this movie, seeing them all together, and just seeing them like just connecting. Tobey Maguire being the old youth pastor look that they make fun of. That this movie is just and then the emotional side of when Aunt May dies, and then them talking about their moments of who died, the canon event,
The Gwen.
and then Andrew Garfield saving Zendaya. Like
that was.
in a moment, you just like, I get it, fan service, whatever you want to think, but for me, it completes, and I would put this at A. I would go A with this one. It's.
Wow, after all that explanation, I was really expecting an S tier.
No, I wouldn't put it S tier. There's a lot more movies to me that this is a fan service movie. I 100% agree that this is a fan service movie.
Marvel was struggling and they needed a box office beast.
But it was the best fan service movie.
Yeah. They did
It's
it
the
justice.
best
They didn't just
fan service movie.
they didn't
did
just throw it together. They really like it was
and
like,
then
it
all
just
the
hit.
old villains like the Green Goblin in this movie
With Doc Ock.
like
Bro.
that's Doc Ock, like they made him even more sinister than he was in the other movies. Made him more like evil and dark than the other first 3 Spider-Man movies that he was in. Or I don't even think he was in the third one. But anyways. And so fan service, but they did such a good job. I'm going A tier.
So
I said that was gonna be quick, and that was not quick.
Yeah, I know. That took
yeah,
about
that was
3
the
minutes.
longest explanation out of anyone. So here's my thing with it. I'm not very blinded by nostalgia with it anymore. The first half is not that fun or good. Like it's pretty boring. But then once you get to the apartment, like when Peter's bringing them up to Happy's apartment, that's when it starts to like get good. But like even then, like there's a lot of plot holes with it. Like Electro shouldn't have been there because everyone was there because they knew they knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man, but then it's the same Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but he died and never knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. And so he legitimately had no reason to be in that movie whatsoever. But like it was really cool. Like that's my favorite scene in the whole movie was when Doc Ock got cured and him and Toby face to face again for the first time since Doc Ock died in Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Like that scene, like that had me tearing up in the theater. Like that was amazing.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Like-
gonna say when they all hugged at the end.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that scene was cool. But and so overall I'd probably throw this in a B tier. I do think it's the best Spider-Man movie in the MCU.
Yeah.
But like I feel like there's a lot more bad, and it's just like the nostalgia brings it up for a lot of people. But I will say this, I like Doctor Strange as a supporting character a lot more than him
Iron
as a
Man.
main character. Like
Oh.
him in the Avengers movies and in this, I thought he was awesome. And in Thor Ragnarok too. In his few minutes he was in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I like Doctor Strange in anything that isn't his own movie.
Yeah.
Like if it wasn't for Doctor Strange and that Peter and Doc Ock scene, I would probably put this at a C tier, but I think it's a B. But based off of what we're all saying, that it averages out at an A because we each have
Yeah.
S, A, B. So I'm fine with that at an A.
Go A.
All right.
Dope.
All right. Before we move on to the next one, I think we should conclude this episode. And that
Cut
this
it
be
off?
part 1 of Marvel movies.
I'm
and
down.
then we'll do
Part 2,
part 2 for episode 14.
episode 14. I like
Because
this.
there's still a lot more to go. I think we have a lot more takes.
This
Ready?
was Infinity War.
This-
Next one is Endgame.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Get ready for part 2 next week of Marvel movies. Ryan, you good with that?
I don't care.
I just think that we're gonna go another like hour and 15.
Oh yeah, no, this
with
would
the
go
next-
forever.
Go on forever.
I'm looking at these movies, and they're movies that we all can talk about.
there's a lot more where I'm like, oh, okay, there's other ones that we can talk about, and so I think we should be like, all right, part 1, here we go. That was good, and we come back for part 2 next week. So we're not gonna read out
Nope.
this list,
But I will say the list right now, I'm looking at it. This is a solid list.
Yeah,
this
this
is
is
a
solid,
really good list.
solid list. I enjoy it. Ryan, you enjoy this list so far? You good with it?
Outside of the Endgame thing, I think it's a pretty perfect list.
Yeah.
That's just me. I know you guys like
Yeah.
it a lot more than I do, but
Yeah. So, all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching episode 13, Marvel Movies Part 1.
Yes, sir.
So stay tuned for next week and catch us up on
all the socials.
all the socials.
Go check us out. Ryan, sign us off.
Check out Ryan's Critique Corner this week.
Yes, sir.
Get ready for it.
We'll be back with another immaculate episode next
Like
week.
always. Love you guys. Peace out.
We're gonna miss you, but till next time.
Oh, my butt hurts.